Good morning, everyone. My name is Evelyn Oshidende, and I'm going to be starting a series on how to avoid career stagnation. So, I've worked in the career world for over 18 years, and I'm currently a middle manager where I work. Along the years, I've seen so many people go through career stagnation. I myself experienced this career stagnation in the 18 years of my service so far. So, on the way to the island on one of those days, I was in public transport. I just sat in the bus, and in my heart, I was crying because I knew that where I was in my career was not where I was supposed to be at that point. So, I was totally frustrated. I felt defeated. I felt ignored. I felt all my efforts over the years were not being recognized and it was not being productive. So, in my frustration, in my prayer, heartfelt prayer on the way to work that Monday morning, I heard the Spirit of God telling me that I should write a book on career stagnation to help others on how to avoid career stagnation. So, this is what I'm supposed to have done all this while. But today, I'll be starting on how to avoid career stagnation. So I want you to listen intently because I'm sure that if you can abide in Bible, understand the topic, it will really help you in your career, it will help in your business, it will also help you to help others who might be going through the same. So today we'll be talking about what is career stagnation and the signs to know that you are experiencing career stagnation, and if time permits, we'll talk about the causes of career stagnation. So thank you so much for tuning in to listen to me, and let's just start. So what is career stagnation? What is career stagnation? So career stagnation is the lack of professional development resulting in a feeling of being stuck without advancement in your current role, or you are just stuck. There are some people that are earning the same salary for 5 years, 10 years. I was like that. I was earning 180,000 for like 5 years. Even though bills were going up and inflation was up, that salary remained the same, and I was totally frustrated. So that's the meaning of career stagnation. It's a feeling of being stuck in a particular role. You've been doing that for many years. You are stuck on that role. So when I go to LinkedIn, I see a lot of people's profiles. I see them stuck in the same way, especially people that are doing customer service. You see them 10 years, 15 years experience customer service. They're still in normal roles that are not managerial. Whereas with that kind of experience, you're supposed to be in a managerial role. So when I see them on LinkedIn, my heart goes out to them that what are these people been doing with their career? Recently, I put out an advert. I was looking for a role, telesales agent, and I could not just keep quiet when somebody sent me a CV. She has been working at MTN for over 15 years, and she's still on a customer service agent role. And I'm wondering that what has this person been doing with their time all this while? So it's a cause of concern. I was even talking to my colleagues that why is this person like this on this role for so many years? This person needs help. So that's part of why I'm taking this series today. So this career stagnation, some of the signs that we have that shows career stagnation is number one, we feel bored with work. Maybe you go to work, you just feel tired of the work. You want to resign, but you can't just resign. You're just tired of the work. You're bored with the work. That's a sign. Then the second sign that we have is your title or salary remains the same for a long time. Your title or salary remains the same for a long time. We have people who are stuck in contract roles. Maybe they entered an organization as a contract staff. They've been a contract staff for 10 years, 15 years. We have them there. Their role remains the same. Their salary remains the same. And they just keep managing, whereas they can actually come out of it and earn better. So that's the second sign of career stagnation. Then the third one is you have not learned anything new in months. For some people, they've been in roles, the company doesn't send them on training. They too, as individuals, they don't take that challenge upon themselves to train themselves, to pay for trainings. So that can cause stagnation. You're doing the same thing over and over again. You've not learned anything new in several months. Another sign is probably you've been in an organization for like 7 years, 8 years, and someone who was just employed has been promoted above you, and both of you are in the same job role. Colleagues with less experience than you are being promoted past you. So that's a sign of career stagnation. And if something is not done quickly, that person will keep staying on that road without being promoted or without being moving up. Then another sign of career stagnation is that you feel defeated, angry, and frustrated about your career. We have a lot of people like this in career where they are defeated, they are angry, they are frustrated about their career. That's a sign of career stagnation. And another sign is you are always busy, but you don't see progress. You don't see any you don't see any like reward on your work. You're just being busy, you're not seeing progress, you're just on the same spot. No progress, just on the same spot. So these are some of the signs of career stagnation. So this career stagnation is caused by two main factors. The first one is individual. The second one is organizational. For the individual, that person is the cause of his own or her own career stagnation. In Africa, when something happens, they say it's the devil, or they say we like to blame other people for our problems. Most of the time, we don't look within us to see that, oh, where did I go wrong? What have I done wrong? We always like to blame others for whatever situation we find ourselves in life. But most of this career stagnation I'm talking of is based majorly on individual. One of the individual factors that we have is lack of initiative or skills. Lack of initiative or skills. Like I was telling my colleague, I said that person has sent a CV to me that has over 10 years experience in customer service. I was telling my colleagues, I said there are so many things this person can do, even in that customer service that they don't even know. You can do project management, you can do UI UX design, you can do so many things. You can do change management, you can do so many things. You can do product management. There's so many things. You can even delve into tech. But you need to upskill. If you don't upskill, if you don't go for trainings, you don't take that initiative to discover, sit down and think about your career and think about it that, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to learn new? As we are in 2025 now, we have just September, October, November, December. We have only 4 months left. The year is all over. So most people don't even sit down to think that, okay, what have I achieved from January to August? What can I achieve from September to December? A lot of us are carried away with our daily activities. We don't take time out for personal reflection to think about where I am today. Am I in point A or point B? What can I do to get to point C? So most of this career stagnation is being caused by individuals, that is ourselves. And the first factor is lack of initiative or skills. Like I mentioned, many people don't take time to learn new skills. They don't learn new technology, or they don't keep up with industry trends. So you have to always be on top of your game in the career world. You have to be learning new skills, you have to be learning new technologies, and keep up with industry trends. Sit down and ask yourself some personal questions. Okay, where am I today? Where do I want to be in 5 years? What are the steps I will take to get to this position in 5 years? But we find people comfortable sitting down, doing the same thing over and over again without challenging themselves to move out of their comfort zone. So this is one of the reasons why we have causes of stagnation. People are comfortable in their comfort zone. They don't want to go and learn new skills. The truth is that it's not every organization that has time to train you. I've attended so many trainings, but where I work, they train us. But the truth is that some of those trainings, at the end of the day, you may attend, you may only pick one phrase at the end of that training. But it's now left for you to decide where you want to be. You decide that, okay, between now and maybe January 2026, I want to be a stockbroker. You need to go and find out what are the professional courses you will take to get to that level. Most people don't think like that. People say, oh, I don't have money for professional courses. But there are also some free courses that you can get on Google. People don't look into that. If you go to Coursera, if you go to Allison, if you go to Udemy, there are so many free trainings. Even on LinkedIn, there are so many free trainings. People don't think about it and they need to learn something new. Because if you are going to be promoted, the question is, what new thing are you bringing to the table? The question is, can you take on more work? So these are some of the questions that managers will be asking before they can move you up in your career. So the first thing that we need to do to look at as a cause of stagnation is lack of initiative and upskilling. The second is attitudinal issues. We have people that are in the career world, they have no motivation, they don't even have the confidence, and these things hinder growth. If you are not motivated on your job, if you don't have that confidence, there is no way that you will be able to grow, because there are so many positions, even internal vacancies that go around. If people look at it that I can't do it, let me not apply. Or you go to LinkedIn and you see some opportunity, say, oh, this is beyond me, I don't have the skills. Whereas you see some people that have only 2, maybe they go advertise, they're asking for 10. Some people that have only 5 of those skills, they apply and they get the job. So this, another issue with stagnation is attitudinal issues. People believe that they cannot go beyond some particular level, and if you don't believe it, you cannot get it. The law of success is first within, then without. If you don't see yourself doing something, then you cannot achieve it. That is the truth. So for one to come out of stagnation, we need to be able to have a good attitude. We need to have a good attitude. There's a saying that says your attitude determines your altitude. I always encourage, where I work, I always encourage my team members that they should always put in their best, because you never know when that best you put in will be recognized and you'll be promoted, or to be recognized and somebody will recommend you, and that will take you to the higher level you're expecting to get to. So attitudinal issues is one of those things that causes stagnation. The person has a bad attitude to work. Some people say, oh, since I'm not being rewarded, instead of me to give my 100%, let me give my 50%. That thing that you just said will even further kill your career than improving it. Keep on giving your best, because a time will come when that best will be recognized. You have to keep on being motivated. You have to keep on having that confidence that you can actually achieve what you want to achieve in your career. If you don't have that confidence, then you'll not be able to achieve. You have to be daring. You have to take the bull by the horn. You have to take your career by the horn, because you are the designer of that career. No organization will be able to design your career for you. We have very, very few structured organizations that when you are entering, you know that in the next 2 years you'll be a manager, in the next 5 years you'll be an MD, in the next 10 years you'll be this. But we have a lot of organizations in Nigeria who are not structured. You may enjoy that kind of structure in a multinational company, but a lot of companies in Nigeria don't have that structure. Even if they do, your career is in your hand. So you really need to sit down and plan it properly. So another issue that has to do with career stagnation, that has to do with the individual, is lack of a career plan. Most people come into their careers, there's no plan. They just want a job, they just want money. You ask some people, what kind of job do you want to do? Say anything. That's not the best way to answer. If someone is asking, a fresh graduate, and they're asking you that, oh, what job do you want to do? Say anything. That way you will not get the kind of job that you should get. Before you even step out to even search for a job, or even before you even start out to start a business, you need to know what you want to do, or else life will not respond to you. Because the truth is that we are living magnets. If you want to attract the kind of job that you want, you need to know the kind of job you want to do. So most people coming to the career world, there's no plan. They just want money. They just want a job. They just want somewhere that they can go to and collect salary at the end of the month. No, you must have a career plan. If you don't have a plan, then you will not be successful tomorrow. Like I was reading the story of Zenith Bank. I think it was on Instagram or LinkedIn or something. They recently celebrated, I think it's 35 years of being in existence. So one of the people that came to speak happened to be the vice president of Nigeria. That person is Shetima. He was a former staff of the Zenith Bank, and at a point in time he resigned and went into politics, and he grew in the ranks of politics until he became the vice president of Nigeria. So you can see that tables have turned now. Instead of Genovia to be above him, he's above Genovia in the hierarchy of the country Nigeria. So if Shetima himself did not have any plans for his career, if he had stayed in Zenith Bank, I'm sure he would not have gotten to where he is today. So we always have to have a plan. We always have to be asking yourself, to get to the next level, what are the steps I need to take? What are the plans I need to make? What are the courses I need to do? Who is the person I should get as a mentor to be able to get to that level? So another cause of stagnation is most people don't have a plan for their career. You need to have a vision board for your career. You have to have 2-year goals, 3-year goals, 5-year goals. Most people don't have those goals. Is it that okay, you want to work for 5 years, after that you want to do your masters outside Nigeria, or you want to do your masters in Lagos Business School to get that managerial position? You need to be able to plan that. Okay, who can mentor you to be able to get you to that managerial position, to be able to get you to the level of being a board manager, a board member, or who can mentor you to get you to the position of being an MD CEO? What are the other roles or tasks that you can take? Is it that you're going to switch from customer experience to HR, or you're going to switch from HR to marketing, or you're going to switch from marketing to IT? You need to ask yourself, what are the skills, what are the things that you love doing? What are the skills that you like to build? Because this career thing is all about skills. Nobody will give you a position if you don't have the necessary skills to manage it. Even to become a manager, you need skills. You need to have leadership skills. You need to have people management skills. There's so many skills. You need to have strategic thinking skills. You need to have critical thinking skills. You need to be able to suggest things that will be able to move your organization forward. So it's not just being promoted. There are a lot involved. A lot is involved. So you need to be able to have it like a guide or a plan. You don't just say, I'm looking for a job, and you now sit in that job for 5 years, 10 years. Nothing is happening. Nothing will happen because you have cost it. Nothing will happen because you have cost it. I'm sure that person's CV that sent me in that same MTN, I'm sure they already posted so many vacancies. Maybe the person didn't believe that she can apply to get something better, and the person just stayed on the spot. And another unfortunate thing too is this contract job. Some people just stay in those contracts. Why don't you leave that contract job and look for something more permanent? Some people just stay in that contract job. A contract job is really bad because you will not get the full benefits. If other people in the organization are getting something, you will not get it. So if you don't make that move to come out of that thing, you will just be there. So individuals are one of the critical factors that causes stagnation in life. Then the third factor, the fourth factor that causes stagnation is your self-belief. People doubt their ability to succeed. People just believe I can't. Fear also makes people to feel that, oh, I cannot do this. So I was talking to another person like she's a manager in a career where she was telling me that you see guys in the career world, they will see vacancies. Maybe they are asking for 10 things and they have only 3. They will still apply and they will get it. They will get that job. Whereas women will be thinking that, oh, I don't have it, so let me not apply, I'm scared. So you can't move forward like that if you are scared, if you don't believe in yourself, you have doubts that you can succeed. The truth is that most of these people, even one of my managers resigned, and he was telling us that even this road that he took, he's even scared that he can do it. So that fear is a problem generally, but we always have to overcome it and take that step. To be able to come out of that stagnation. So that self-belief is very, very important for you to move forward. And like if you don't believe in yourself, you can't achieve anything in your career. Anything you are doing, your business, you can't achieve anything. I read this book, is it The Power of Positive Thinking? That was the book that helped me when I was a student in life. I had an extra year Unilag. So I had to attend all my classes again. I had to do all my practicals again before I had to meet the 200 level. And that power of positive thinking, I think it's Norman Vincent Peale that wrote the book. So he was saying that in the face of fear, if you act and do what you're supposed to do, unseen forces will come to your aid. So it's always good to take that step of faith. Even though the vacancy seems, oh, it's not, you can't do it, and you have the skills, apply. Even if you don't have all the skills, work on the other skills that you need to get and apply. So the second cause of main cause of career stagnation is organizational factors. Organizational factors. We finished talking about the individual factors. Now we're going to talk about the organizational factors. So there are a lot of organizations that also affect people's career goals. We have some organizations that have limited opportunities. You cannot cross from one department to the other. If you're on that role, there's no opportunity to move up. So we have some companies like that, So if you find yourself in that kind of company, I would suggest that you look for a way of coming out, or looking for a place that you'll be able to grow. Because I know that one of the good questions to ask when you go for interviews is that, is there career growth? Is there a place for growth? So if you're in that kind of place that there are limited opportunities and what you are looking for is not in that organization, nobody is tying your leg. I remember when I left my first job, then I was earning 15,000. I was working at a baby day. I was like working as a front desk person at that point in time. So it was like, if I leave that job, how will I survive? That's the fear that most salary earners have. That's what makes people to be stuck on the job. Some will feel that, oh, I've taken a loan, now am I going to pay back the loan? Or different things like that. But don't allow yourself to be limited. Just leave. If that place you are working does not benefit you, leave and look for something else to do, or find something else to do. There are lots. I go to LinkedIn every day. I see lots of opportunities every day. I've even been on LinkedIn that some HR managers were trying to coach me, but when I saw the offer, I did not take it. So build your LinkedIn page very well in such a way that recruiters will be looking for you. I did not look for those recruiters; they were the ones looking for me, and they were very persistent. But when I saw the culture in that particular organization, I decided not to go because I won't be able to go. So design your LinkedIn profile in such a way that recruiters will be looking for you, and also update your CV. I remember then I was working. I think when I was got my first job, I left. I got the second one, and I had worked. I was having my children every 2 years. I was having my children because I wanted to have all of them at a go. So I had worked. Before I knew, I had already spent 8 years on the job, on the same role, and my salary was still the same, and bills were piling up. So I now sat back. I started thinking of my life, that how will I come out of this position? I now picked up my CV. I realized that I have not updated my CV in many years. So if you are like that today, update your CV. There are so many things that you have done when you are working. Have someone you write it down, because those are the things that you put as your under your achievement section on your CV. You don't just work and just leave yourself like that. No, update your CV every 3 months. And if you are sending out a CV and you're not getting a call after 3 months, there's something with that CV. You need to redo your CV. I know even I myself have paid people to do my CV and I didn't get any call. So if you get a CV, make sure that if you are doing it yourself, ChatGPT can help you. There are a lot of model CVs online. I know that I've helped some people to do their CVs in the past. I know I helped someone to do a CV in the past. What I did was I took a sample of that CV. He was looking for a logistics manager job. So I went to Google, I looked for it. Even on Canva, we have samples of CV. So I went to Google, I looked for a sample of someone that's doing that same position. And now helped the guys to redo his CV. And I now said, okay, let's send it out together. So I helped to send it out. I was getting calls for jobs. So ensure you redo your CV. Don't just sit in a place and feel too comfortable. Life is passing. Before I knew, I had already done 8 years. By the time I now decided to redo my CV, I was signing it out. Nobody called me for interview. So I continued doing my work. There was no money for professional courses at that point in time. Things were really tough. But as I was determined, I decided to push myself and start taking on some courses, and that really helped me along the line. So limited opportunities in organization is also one of the causes of career stagnation. So my time is already spent. I will continue next week on causes of career stagnation. I'll be stopping here at organizational factors. So I will talk more on this next week. So thank you so much for your time. I hope that you've learned a lot from listening to me today. The main thing for us to take action based on the knowledge you have received today. If you have not done your CV, go and redo your CV. If you have not updated your LinkedIn profile, you check some LinkedIn profile, there's nothing there. You didn't upload your certificates of award, you did not update your comment, your achievement section. People have not given you recommendations. Go and update your LinkedIn profile. Those are things that you can do based off of what we have learned today. So thank you so much for the time today. Do have a beautiful week. Thank you so much and have a nice day.